So, Jared, we had a yard sale this past weekend. Well, I should say my two daughters had a yard sale this past weekend. I was just kind of helping them.
Yep. I was there.
So, yeah, we used your front yard since it's on a main road and ours is not.
Yeah.
So,
the yard sale here would be not ideal.
It would be worse than the one that we had last Saturday.
Yeah.
Right? So, we get things set up, got everything kind of out. And then they're organizing things and they're like, we're hungry. Can you go get us something at Sheets? So I go up the Sheets and get us all a little breakfast, whatever, and come back. And we're set up maybe for an hour and then it starts raining.
Yep.
So I think in that early hour, they probably made less than I spent on the food for Sheets.
Yeah, most likely, yeah.
So,
and then literally, I think it was like as soon as you guys left, then it was just sunny out.
Right.
Like the rest of the day, mostly too. Just
yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
Good times. Noodle. What was it?
Noodle salad.
Noodles.
Hey, welcome back to Screen Time. I'm your host, Josh. This podcast will not take counsel from this trinket.
Okay, noted.
This is my co-host, Jared.
Well, Josh, there's what you're searching for, and then there's what you find now, isn't there?
Wise words. Wise words. So today on Screen Time TV, we are going to discuss Rings of Power episode 4. But before we get into that, a little bit of what we've been watching. I don't know what you've been watching. I haven't been watching a whole lot. I've been really busy in the last week.
Yeah, I don't have much. I have two things. So
Same. Two things. I got two things.
All right. You want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. I'll go for one, and then you can.
Yeah.
So a little show that I watched the season 1 of came back. Probably not something you watched because it's one of those like more guilty pleasure kind of shows that
network or streaming.
It's on Hulu.
Oh, that's not gonna. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to guess it.
All right, it's a show called Tell Me Lies.
Oh,
season 1 I watched I think it was last year.
Yeah,
it was pretty good for this kind of show.
I heard it was like knockoff Euphoria. Not as stylish either, though.
No, definitely not as stylish. I wouldn't say not. It's different,
no?
but
Okay.
I
don't know anything about it.
It's not so much. It's not as much nearly about like drugs and alcohol, like that was. But it's more about this dude just as a pathological liar, and yet how he manipulates this other girl that he ends up dating, and so that's what it's based on.
Tale as old as time.
Yep. But it's season 2 started. I watched the first episode, and it's kind of just trying to set things up, so it really hasn't gone anywhere much. Just kind of like setting things up.
Just one episode, or did the whole thing come up?
No, I think it's one a week.
One a week, okay.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, everyone's back that was in the previous season. It's seems about the same, but like not much happened in the first episode because they're again trying to set things up of the gap of time of like, hey, because they're all in college. It's like, hey, they were away for summer and they're back in college. So
season 1 was good though.
For that kind of, I would say, yeah. I would say, even though I don't think it's a knockoff per se, it is in that wheelhouse of like, if you like that kind of thing, then I would say it was a decent, season 1 was a decent one of this kind of thing to watch.
Cool. Okay.
Right. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'll watch a little bit more, and of course, if it ends up being not a good season, I might drop off because there's so much stuff to watch right now.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, and there's a lot like we talked about last pod. No, week before that. A lot of stuff this fall coming out. So yeah.
So what's one of the things you watched?
Near Automata. This is or Near Automata. I don't actually know how it's pronounced, but this is an anime. It's on Crunchyroll. Pretty much everything anime is on Crunchyroll. But I just found out about this. I think it came out last year, but I wanted to check it out because this is a video game series that I really like and had no idea that it was anime. And what's cool is, so Nier is the series. Automata is like one of the newest games. And it's just a retelling of the game, which has a fantastic story anyway. The game does. So, just a retelling of that. And I really like it. It's really good. Nice. The style of the animation is really cool. It's I don't know if this is the best way to describe it, but they kind of play with the frame rate and the animation in different ways for different scenes, which I think is cool. Kind of something they do a lot in anime, but it was just really noticeable this time, and I liked it. It's a cool thing. I don't know. Is there a different term for it in animation when they do that type of thing? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know if there's a different term for it.
But changing the frame rate.
Yeah, so that you kind of see, like you can almost like tell there's frames a little bit. Is that what you mean? Like it's like...
Yeah, or it'll, sometimes it'll be faster, but I don't know. I guess just to have a different look to it, I guess is the reason why they do it. And it makes sense for certain scenes, I guess, with action or something else in particular. But yeah, so people check it out. Especially if you already know the video game series. It's a really great story. I'm wondering how they're going to do it, though, because that game has a lot of different endings. So I don't know what they're going to pick with. But yeah. So yeah, what else are you watching?
The other thing, I checked out the new show called English Teacher.
That's my other one.
That's the other one. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I didn't think it was good. I thought it was not funny at all. It had like few minor moments. I only watched the first 2 episodes. I think the third one's come out now by this point. But I was like,
it's Monday nights is when.
I don't know that I'm gonna watch it though, because it's funny. It's like not. I don't know, because normally these kind of things, I'm like, I'll give it a little bit more. But it just there was nothing. It just didn't feel like there was anything there to me. It was like off, but it was too formulaic, and too, I think, is where like it was too, like you could see where they're like, oh, and we'll have this part, and we'll have this part, and it'll be, and I was just like, oh no, this is not good, and it really wasn't that funny.
Yep, I agree. I was kind of skeptical going into the show anyway, but then I saw how high of a rating the show got for both. When I look on Rotten Tomatoes, because by the way, we will do our game in a little bit again, Based or Waste, and I saw that both critic and audience scores were very high for this show. So I don't know, maybe there's just something that we're not getting that everyone else is. So I know, because I wasn't familiar with the main actor. He's a TikTok guy, apparently, that like got huge doing comedy on TikTok. I don't know exactly what he was doing, but
I gotcha. Okay. Maybe it's just that he already has a bunch of fans, and so they're gonna.
I mean, there's gonna be a built-in audience anyway for it. That's true. Yeah, what I didn't like about it was, what was my note for this? Oh yeah, the main thing was, because I didn't think it was that funny either, but the main thing was that I didn't like how they leaned, for the comedy, they leaned way too hard into like political stuff, like gender politics, social politics, a lot of Democrat versus Republican jokes, and a lot of the jokes were like kind of leaning on that kind of thing, and I'm like, I think you could get out of that some and do good comedy, like, although you can do good comedy in that as well, but I feel like a lot of shows like bring that in a lot, especially in comedies, and try to hinge their jokes around that. And I don't know, just feel like it could be a little more creative. You
Yeah.
know? You see what I mean?
I agree. Like, well, I think it was definitely not. Just wasn't smart with it. I think. I don't know. Like it was doing that, trying to do that, and it did it like both episodes. Like I was like, did it in the first episode, and I was like, oh, is this going to be just that episode? Or
I only watched the first episode.
And the second episode, it was like the same thing, just different issue that they were trying to tackle. And that's where, and I also don't like that it's like he like this is where I was talking about. It's like formulaic, and we're like, oh, we'll have this like group of kids that he's gonna always go to talk to. That's and it's supposed to be whatever his book club or I don't remember what it was. And then like, but they're basically just schooling him on like what he should be doing and thinking, and they'll have like, and it's just like it just didn't work for me at all. Like.
Yeah, and I was hoping also, because anytime they specify this is an FX show, I'm like, okay, it's a little bit more of a pedigree there than just a Hulu show, but it didn't really make a difference it being an FX show, unfortunately. So, yeah, I don't know. A lot of people seem to like it, though. But
well, I mean...
nope, me either.
Say, just watch Bad Monkey. That's been pretty good. So
I'm still behind on that, but I agree. I was gonna try to stick with the show a little bit more, English Teacher, but I didn't watch the second episode. And if you said it's like not really any different than
to me, it wasn't any better. It was same crap.
All right.
But all right, well,
that's it. Yeah, I don't have anything else so we got a short segment for that. So, you ready, Josh, to play Based or Waste?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. This time I have 10.
All right, so
we'll see if that's the sweet spot for this.
Okay.
All right. For people that don't know, I go by Rotten Tomatoes audience score, and it'll be a season of a show or a whole series of a show. And Josh is going to guess if it's good or bad. So if it's based or waste.
Mm-hmm.
And we got 10 to go through.
Okay.
So starting off big this week again, Game of Thrones, the entire show.
Ooh, entire show.
Yeah.
I'm going to say based.
Yeah. It's still based, even though those final two seasons.
Final seasons didn't get. I don't think anybody's going to go that low on it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's an 85.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next.
That's 1 point.
1 point. Yeah. Can you get a perfect 10?
I don't know. We'll see.
Fight Night: The $1 Million Heist. Are you familiar with this?
Don't even know what this is.
Okay. I'm actually going to check it out. It's a Peacock show, or limited series just came out. Right. It looks cool. But yeah, what do you think?
Oh, well,
so you don't know anything.
I don't know what it is.
Well,
we're just going to go based.
All right. Yes, it is. It's a 92.
Oh, wow.
Very high so far. By the way, I checked this like a couple days ago. They do change kind of frequently, so the actual score might vary a little bit, but all right. The Perfect Couple, season 1. Are you familiar with this one?
I am familiar with it.
Yeah.
It's something actually I was planning on checking out. Just haven't checked it out.
I thought you were actually going to talk about it today, but
just haven't had time.
Yep.
Yeah. It's hard because I don't even have an opinion yet because I haven't watched it. I'm going to say based.
Nope. It is a waste. 54. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I don't I don't know about that show. It's
Did you watch it?
No, I started. Well, that's why I didn't put it down, because I watched like the first 5 minutes. But
Okay.
main reason why I want to watch it is the cast is like great.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
It might not be that good. At least the overall consensus. All right. English Teacher, season 1. What do you think?
Well, I think.
Oh, I already spoiled this.
You spoiled it.
Shoot,
Based.
I shouldn't have.
Based.
Yeah, my bad. I completely forgot I had this on there. All right, that was a freebie. That's based 84.
Yeah.
Yeah, see what I mean? 84.
Yeah.
And I think the critics was like, it was like in the 90s. I don't know. It's
I could see the critics saying, because it's
Sure,
like,
yeah,
they're like, oh, it's talking about issues that needs to be talked about.
that's true. Yeah.
They'd be like, yeah, good job.
Yeah, good job. Talking about all this stuff that
The issues.
every show, the issues that every show does now. And yeah. All right, Baby Reindeer, season 1.
Wow. So I watched half of this.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it. I watched a few episodes of it too. This one I feel like could be divisive.
Yes. I would say based.
Yes, it's an 80. Now, was the show divisive for like overall, like what you saw? Were people kind of split on it?
I don't know. I think. I don't know.
I mean, the audience isn't they?
Yeah, I think
overall,
people just liked it. I mean, most people I think liked it. I think I was more of the out of the norm, that I was like,
okay.
And I only stuck with it that long because I was hearing lots of people say, "Oh, this is good. This is good."
Yeah.
And I ended up watching like half the episodes, and I was still like, it's just not clicking for me. Now I know that
I like the concept of it. It's cool.
I know they were getting sued by the lady that because it's like
really
too accurate, and then because he didn't say it's like based on a true story or something is what it says at the beginning or something. And like the way they did that, like it means that like then they're displaying her, like the main like lady that was stalking him, like in a bad light, and like she's suing them
Netflix, because it's too true.
Well, because it's not like some of the things aren't actually true. She's saying,
okay,
but like he's saying it's based on true or something like that. I don't know. It was a while ago I saw it, but
that's weird. Yeah. Well,
right, so
are they doing more of that show?
I don't know.
I wonder about that.
I mean, if it's based on a true story, the story's over, then
I don't know. Did they do the whole story?
I don't know.
All right. Where are you at score wise now?
I missed one. I know that.
Okay.
So I think I have 4 points out of 5. Yeah.
Yeah, we did 5.
Yeah.
So far.
Yes, I have 4 points.
Okay. The Sex Lives of College Girls, season 2.
Season 2. I guess let's say based.
Yeah, it is based. It is a 90.
Wow.
Very high.
Wow.
Never saw season 2. I saw season 1. I like that show.
Yeah. I was like, I think I watched it.
Did you watch season 2?
I would assume I did. I was trying to remember. I was like, it kind of all ran
Can't
together.
be that good if you can't even remember.
I remember thinking, oh, the show was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I'm like, and I was like, yeah, I guess I did watch 2 seasons of it. Yeah. I guess there's gonna be a 3rd season at some point.
I guess. I know the one girl is like a massive pop star now. So I thought she was like,
really?
I thought they weren't gonna do the show or introduce someone new, because the blonde, like the preppy one.
Oh,
she's
the one that I've seen in other stuff. Like she's been in.
Yeah, she was in the really bad Mean Girls.
Oh yeah, she was in it, but I've seen it. She's been in a few other things. I think,
really?
too.
Okay. Yeah, she's like blown up as a pop star. She was already doing music, but now she's like huge. All right. 3 Body Problems, season 1.
Based.
Yeah.
Okay.
77. I still need to finish that. Did you finish it?
No, I did not finish it.
Me either. This next one, I can't remember if we already did or not. So we're gonna do it anyway.
Okay.
Kevin can F himself.
Oh.
Whole show. There's only 2 seasons, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I talked about it like a week or so ago.
Maybe that's what I'm
I
thinking of.
watched
Yeah,
the
you did
first
talk.
episode. And
it makes sense. It's trendy now because it's
on Netflix.
Mhm.
Remember I was talking about how there's a bunch of AMC stuff on
Right.
Netflix now. I'm going to say based.
Nope.
No.
This is a waste. 54.
Well, then I was thinking, because that's how I watched on an episode. I still haven't, I want to go back and watch at least another one, but the first episode just didn't really work for me.
Right.
And I know our sister really liked the show. So I was like, well, I'll give it a little. But I was thinking, well, maybe everyone else is not like me. And,
Right.
it's kind of like.
I like how you said my sister, not our sister.
I said our sister.
I thought you said my sister.
I thought I said our sister,
I
but
don't know.
maybe, I don't know.
Check the tape. We'll see.
Check the tape. Ref, can we get an instant replay on that?
Yeah. I have the power now because I'm editing these. You check.
Yep. You can make me say whatever you want.
Yeah. Is a AI that good in Final Cut now? I can just change what your
not
mouth
that,
is
but
saying.
you can cut things around. And
That is true. I can really splice it up. Yeah. All right. 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. From. This is the TV show called From.
Okay.
2 seasons. It's a whole show. I think the 3rd season's about to come out. Yeah. So
Okay.
what do you think?
I'm going to say based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
86. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I really like it too because I was talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
But
I've not watched it, but I know what of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Last one. This is this actually just came out to just work well for this, but Tell Me Lies season 1.
Oh. I'm going to say based.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a little close. 66.
Okay. What did we decide? It's below
I don't
65?
know because it still confuses me because sometimes I see some in the 50s that are good or bad, but like are very close together. I can't find like an exact, I don't think it's 55 is the cutoff. Maybe 56.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've seen a 56 that's both good and bad. I don't know. It's confusing to me, but
All right.
anyway. All right. So you got,
I got
what'd you get? 7?
or 8. 8. I think 8. Maybe 7 or 8.
Yeah.
I don't know. Once I missed one, I'm like, yeah, whatever.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta get a perfect score.
Yep. You gotta get that. I don't know. I'll come up with something if you get a perfect score.
What's the what's on the line?
Yeah. We'll see.
Right in. What do you think, Jared? What's the bet here? What does Jared got to do?
Or write in and give me ideas because I have no idea.
If I get a perfect score, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Feedback
Give me
at screentimepod.com.
Yes. Yeah. Give me ideas. All right. That has been Based or Waste. Thank you for playing, Josh.
Stay tuned next week
Tune in next week.
for another installment.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's talk a little about Rings of Power, season 2, episode 4, Eldest.
Mm-hmm.
So our synopsis: stranger finds what he's been searching for. Arendir and Isildur search for Theo, and Galadriel and Elrond walk into a trap.
I still don't know how to pronounce that one. Yeah, Arendir.
And
I don't know.
the elf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the elf.
That's
The
with
archer.
with the humans.
Yeah, that is the archer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the archer.
He's
Yeah.
like an archer, yeah. All right, so what's your overall thoughts on this episode?
Sorry, let me see. Little bit of a dip again, I would say, just like the 3rd episode, but there was still some really great scenes in this episode. Now that the Harfoots are separated from the mysterious man, I just don't really care about those scenes like at all. But yeah, still liked some really cool moments in this episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, I would say I thought this was decent. It was pretty good. It was like the third episode was a little bit of a dip, but the first two were pretty good. And then this one, I think it was interesting though. This episode, we didn't get the dwarves, and we didn't get, Sauron, and then
true.
And I never
Celebrimbor.
Celebrimbor.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get any of that stuff. Like those people. We basically just had the three different. We also weren't in Numenor either at all with those humans. Just the. I don't know I can't forget the area that they're in. I probably have it in the notes.
Yeah, I have in my notes. Yeah, because I made it. Yeah, we'll get there.
But yeah. So, but I mean, I thought, like you said, there's some cool moments. I mean,
for sure.
Obviously, there's some very fan favorite type characters from the books showing up in here.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So,
do you have a decent amount of notes, or how much you have?
Yeah, I mean, you talk about sections.
I got a decent amount too, actually.
Just talking about, I just was going to figure talk about the different sections. So,
okay,
focus on the, let's go with Galadriel and Elrond first. So, they are, little spat still between them because he's upset that she took the ring and blah blah blah. These best friends are not getting along right now.
Nope.
Of course they get thwarted and their bridge is destroyed. They can't make it where they're trying to go, which is they're going to try to see Celebrimbor, right?
Yes.
Warn him.
Yep.
And I think then they find the messengers that were sent before. They find their dead bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And so then they fight these like zombie type of things. I guess not zombie, like more ghost type of.
Yeah, things. I got a note about that. It's in the Barrow Downs is the area.
Mm-hmm.
And they are the Barrow Whites.
Okay.
Are the things that
they fight.
Really awesome looking.
Yes, I was gonna say that was
the design. Yeah.
Yeah. This fight / the
the fight was great, but I mean
like the design of the
design of the Barrow Whites was really cool. Yeah. I had also, which is pretty close to the beginning, before they get to the Barrow Downs.
That's right. I do have a note about something up there too, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's probably the same thing I have.
Yeah.
I really like the Peter Jackson traveling shots.
Yeah,
that's what I call it.
That's exactly
sick.
The thing I had the note on.
Like, we need more of that in this because it feels even more like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it was epic running across the
traveling. It was really far away traveling shots. Yeah. It's the first time we've seen that at all in this show.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I hope they do more of that.
So the only thing was missing was like the classic score from Lord of the Rings. I feel like that would have just set it off
But like,
yeah, not that the music's bad in this.
No,
the
music's great, but it's like it's hard to beat that. Yeah.
It's like when you're watching Star Wars and there's no,
and it's not John Williams. Yeah, I know.
Like, it's not bad,
right?
It's still pretty good, but like just missing the.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that note, but yeah, those shots that was really cool.
And it's a good way so we kind of don't get into like the later Game of Thrones type of seasons where it's like, oh, these people are just time travel or like warping everywhere. Like it's good to get these shots so you can see how long they actually traveled.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be. I hope they do more of it.
So then
I'm looking at my notes because I did them like as the episode goes. So I'm just seeing if I have anything else with them.
No, I did too, but then I'm like, it's kind of weird to jump around when you're talking about it.
That's true.
It's like easier, I think, to talk about each kind of team of people or group of people.
Yeah.
So then really last part. So then they survive that, and then they, I guess, moving on, and they come across the orc army that's traveling.
Mm-hmm.
So then they decide they need to go warn the Elven King. I forget his name.
The Elven King. I don't know.
Gil-galad, right?
Oh, Gil-galad. Yes.
Return to Linden and warn Gil-galad.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have the moment where Galadriel gives the ring to Elrond,
mm-hmm.
and she stays to fight him off.
That's how we end the episode. Is
well, and then she gets captured
right
at the end. That's like the cliffhanger. Adar captures
mm-hmm.
her, which will be interesting because, like, technically they're kind of have the same enemy.
Yeah,
like they could kind of team up. So
it's kind of like more adjacent because it's like Adar is.
But there's but then they both don't want Sauron to get into power. So.
Right. Yeah, it is weird how specifically with him and Sauron,
mm-hmm.
like, kind of rivals, kind of not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting. I have talking about that scene. I think this is another really cool fight scene. Seeing Galadriel.
Yes.
What was it she did specifically? It was something where like she like swiped her torch. Mm-hmm. And then shot arrows like for fire arrows. It was awesome. It was a really cool thing that she did. She
tossed it up and then like shot it or something, so it kind of exploded and then like all the burning like oil or whatever that was in there.
Yeah,
it was like a lantern or something. She did that too. Yeah, there's some cool fight choreography, and that well, it normally is when they have her fight. Like it's like every time she's done that, it's really some cool stuff.
They've done pretty well with that, I think, this whole show so far. I think all of that's been good. I mean, I kind of wish there was more, but I understand why they don't. Now, in season 1, I do remember, because it was a highlight for me of the season, was the episode with the big battle. Like they had I think it was like halfway through the season. And that was really great. I kind of hope we get something like that again. Like they do one big one every season.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Probably. Wouldn't be surprised. I think it's kind of it for that group of people. And then we had the, I
want to say, just because it might be part of that still.
Yeah.
Is Galadriel gets this quick vision.
Yes.
I believe it was right before that.
Yeah, because when she still has the ring, before she gets the ring.
Yeah. And I thought that was cool. It was interesting seeing. So you see a shot of Sauron again looking different.
Yep.
Than he just is now, where he already has changed drastically. And then you see them taking down a statue. I couldn't figure out who the statue was. And then you get a shot of the crown as well. So I'm assuming that's something that's coming up soon.
Maybe. I mean, or it could be something that doesn't actually happen. Cause,
true. Yeah.
So then we have the Heartfoots and the
stranger.
Well, the stranger, but then like the stewards that they find.
The what?
The stewards. Those are the other group of people they found.
Oh, that's what they were called?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They're kind of like Harfoots, but yeah.
And then they were obviously, then we find out they were descendants or whatever, like, because there was somebody that either still, I couldn't remember, I couldn't figure out if it was someone because we haven't seen the rest of the group of the Harfoots since season 1.
Right.
But if it was one of the people still alive, one of the elders there, or somebody that founded the group that they were from, but had come from the stewards and had traveled there, and that's where the Harfoots were from. So,
oh yeah, because doesn't they show like this, like on the wall? There's like a kind of etching her history of. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
Now, obviously, then there's the evil wizard guy and his minions that are trying to henchmen or whatever. They're trying to find the Harfoots, and they come.
Yeah,
there's all that, but
we don't really get much. I think it was only like
there's
one
not much
scene, maybe.
Resolution from that yet. Nothing really happens.
Where are you at this week on this character? This evil guy, Saruman or not?
I still say not.
Yeah, I think you talked about this last week. It's like it wouldn't make sense for him to be evil, then go to good, and then back to evil, like in the third age. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just it is very similar though.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. It kind of bothers me because it's the same thing they're doing with the stranger, and it's like, is it going to be Gandalf or not? I don't know. Like they just keep. I hope we get something with both of these, like for this season, because they've been stretching this out since literally the first episode of the show, because that's when this mysterious stranger lands, like from the meteor. Yeah. So I hope they don't drag it out for like the whole show.
Well, it's like because he doesn't know, so no one around him knows because he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So speaking of the stranger, so then they get separated. So he gets sucked into a tree because it's the one he's been seeing a vision. So he's trying to take the branch and then to be his staff. But then Tom Bombadil comes and saves him. Mm-hmm. So, and this is, it's funny because this guy is like, he was in the books.
Yeah. This is like you mentioned earlier, this is a very big fan favorite character that wasn't he supposed to be in the movies? And they just
he's in the extended version briefly, isn't he?
Is he?
I think so. It's been once I've watched him. But because
I don't remember.
But like even that part is very, very reduced. Whereas like where the and I think it's in the first book, the Fellowship of the Ring. Okay. I think is when they come across him, and they're there with him, and it's kind of similar. He speaks like this, kind of like in a little, I don't know, it's like a riddle,
my quote is from him. Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. I hadn't realized, and well, of course the show is taking liberties with this, but like I hadn't realized he was around that long. But then he kind of says like he's been around forever. Like
so the name, eldest. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he says like the name of the title of the episode. Yeah, he's been around.
Yeah,
from almost the beginning.
It's like so maybe the first age even, but yeah, but I hadn't realized that, and it's the case with him. And he was just always like a little, like kind of more like a goofy.
He's just like jolly,
wise, but speaks in riddles kind of guy that living in the woods somewhere, and the Now, he obviously is not in the same location because, like, where they are is not the area where anybody travels in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. So, like, he must have moved to a different area because when they come across him, he's in the Fellowship of the Ring. When they come across him, I think it's much more a little further south than where he's at now. Okay. So,
yeah, I don't remember from the movies.
Yeah,
a scene with him, but. Did you, because when I saw him in the show, I was like, this actor looks familiar. Mm-hmm. Did you recognize him?
I thought he looked familiar, but I didn't look it up to see who it was.
Once I say it, you'll be like, oh, okay, it's he's been in a lot of British stuff specifically, but he's in the Bond movies. He's
oh, yes.
You know what I'm talking about? I don't remember his name in the Bond movies.
But like M's like.
Yeah, he's kind of like M's right hand man. Yeah, I know.
I know what you're talking about. Like,
yeah, that's him. Yeah. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought he did a good job. This is a cool character. I do feel like he could kind of up it even more, like be even more like jolly and like quirky and weird. Because I feel like in the book he's like way like exaggerated like that.
Yeah.
So,
or maybe Now I say all this. Maybe he was in the Hobbit. He's not in the Fellowship of the Ring. Maybe that's why.
Okay.
He's in one of the books. It's been so long since I've read the books. And
Yeah, because I don't think, cause I didn't see anything about this, like, and I feel like this would be a big deal if this was like the very first time you've seen him in live action, you know. So yeah, he had to have been in something. Yeah, maybe The Hobbit or the.
Well, I'm trying to remember.
Are you saying the book or the Hobbit movies?
He's definitely in one of the books for sure.
Right. Oh yeah.
And I'm trying to remember which one it is. That
I don't know.
The group of people come across them, and it might be now that again it's been so long since I've read either of his books, and
yeah.
Now, I don't know. Now I'm curious. I was looking.
I don't know.
Later.
Write in or leave a comment.
Yeah. So that kind of, but we don't really. I mean, other than he just kind of ends up with the stranger, and he's kind of like, oh yeah, he's like, yeah, I was who you're supposed to find.
Oh yeah.
And that kind of lands it there. So we'll hopefully, to your point, the next episode or two, and of course we might not see them in the next episode because they kind of do that sometimes in the show, but and the next time we see them, it'll play out to the point where maybe by the end of the season he'll give them some answers, and the stranger won't be so strange.
Hopefully.
And then we've got the Isildur and what's the guy's
Arendir.
Arendir, yeah. And the lady that's with him.
Forget her name too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have it here.
But she has the brand.
Yep.
In the back of her neck.
Estrid.
Okay.
So this part was obviously cool. So first we're dealing with, they don't trust her. So she's like, once they find out she's branded,
yep.
Which means she's one of the wild men. And so then they handcuff her. Then Isildur gets into some muddy quicksand looking stuff.
The swamp,
swamp, and disappears. And then again, his Arendir, however you say it, Arendir, it goes after him and gets sucked in as well. So then she's trying to help him. And then this crazy cool, like, it looks like something out of The Witcher.
I thought it's that same thing. Yeah. Looked very Witcher.
Yeah, like a monster kind of thing.
Yeah, that was cool. Very unique design.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, it was very cool. It comes out, and then she, of course, but she's like, oh, taken aback and like scared. And then you see like the sword just come through it, and
yep.
And from the inside or whatever, those guys are fighting him. Yeah, that was a cool. I mean, it was over quick, and then he makes the comment, "Yeah, we call him dinner because they're gonna eat some of the insides, I guess." But so then they decide to trust her, and then of course just that happens. Then we get the other fan favorite, the Ints, show up.
Oh yeah, so
I suspected them in last week's episode.
Yeah, me too,
because they made the sound.
Yeah.
Because I remember Robin was like, "Oh, was that?" She thought it was something else, and I was like,
"Well, it was like the POV too of it." We were like, "Oh yeah, like that's."
Yeah, but there was something I can't forget what she thought.
So there was like a sound too,
and then I was like, "Yeah, there's the sound," okay. And I was like, "No, I think that's probably an int." And
yeah,
sure enough, it was. But yeah, these were awesome. Looked really cool.
Yeah.
Like I know we talked.
I mean, I've always loved them anyway.
Yeah, but I know we talked about it, but like. This show is just, I feel like it should be winning all the special effects awards. Visual effects, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Like, there's some, like, it just feels like a different level than what the other shows are on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it looks just as good as like a movie, if not better, in a lot of cases.
Some movies,
yeah. I have a note about them, but I wanted to go back to the swamp real quick because during that scene, I just immediate PTSD of the Neverending Story to me with Artax, the horse dying, and I know a lot of you, if you're a similar age to me, you will also share that same shared trauma that we all did with that movie. And I watched that movie so much, but just like that scene just like destroyed me every time.
So what I thought of first was from The Princess Bride when he gets
That
the
too,
quicksand.
yeah.
That's what I thought of first. And then it kind of played out even like where she was trying to put a stick in,
Yeah.
and so I thought that was going to pull. So that's what I was thinking, and then until the monster thing came out, and then it made me think of The Witcher. But yeah, that was.
So you didn't get Never-Ending Story though.
I never watched Never-Ending Story over and over. Like it was,
really,
yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't like I watched it a handful of times when I was little, but like it never was like one that I think I connected with so much. You know?
Man, I really did. I watched that movie so much. But yeah, that was the scene that just the worst.
Also, haven't seen that movie since I was probably a kid.
Yeah, I haven't. That might be another one you might want to just keep in your memory. I don't know. It might be awful if you try to go back to it.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
Yeah. I do think that I did think of Never-Ending Story when we were watching Avatar, and like they're flying on like a big.
Oh yeah, Falcor.
Yeah.
Is the giant whatever he is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's like he's like a dog, but like a dragon. I don't even know what to describe him as. A Never-Ending Story, but yeah, that guy's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we're with the Ents, and of course they're ready to kill these guys because they want to take it out on somebody that's been destroying the forest.
Mm-hmm.
But then Aaron Deer. You gotta figure it out. Yeah,
I know.
He kind of talks to him and sweet talks him.
That was a good scene.
Yeah.
When he did that.
Yeah.
I think also because of his name, I don't remember ever anyone saying it in the show.
It might be, because
I don't remember someone saying, so I don't know how to pronounce it.
Maybe in season 1 when like he
probably
had the
season
romantic
1,
interaction with the other lady.
Yeah. I thought the voices of the Ents were really great.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought the line. Let me see. I think I wrote it down. The female Ent, right as I thought it was actually one of my favorite moments of the episode. Right when she like gives the archer Aaron Deer a flower, like she takes it off her branch and gives it to him. She says, "Oh shoot, sorry, hold on, I don't know what happened." Okay, she said, "Forgiveness takes an age, rain washing clear the long memory of soil, new bark covering old scars."
Mm-hmm.
That was a great line, or a great sentence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was good. I thought this scene was really, really cool and really touching and emotional. Especially you felt the pain from the ants were feeling, which they always did a good job of that, even in the movie, like right, like they're.
Yeah, you could actually see them like emoting with their face. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But again, like the CG on this is always so good on the show. But yeah, and of course, always liked them in the books / movies. Like they're the coolest
for sure. Yeah, they're one of the coolest.
Yeah,
in all of Lord of the Rings, I think. Yeah.
But yeah, so
and of course Treebeard from the movies.
Yes,
he's the best.
Yeah,
he's the best.
And so yeah, the this was cool to have them back here, and this thing, and then of course they freed the other humans that they had taken, including the kid. What was his name? Hagen?
I don't remember.
Hagen, I think.
Oh, is this the dude that she's like was with before?
Well, that too. No, there's the kid that was with them. Like the
kid. Okay.
I think.
But this is also that scene where they free.
Yeah, they're all together. They were all together, and then so the kid, who's why they even went looking for him, because our dude Ander, I want to say Ander.
You can just call me Andor for the rest of the episode.
He promised the mom that he'd look out for the kid, and the kid just gets taken. So that's why they were tracking him down in the first place.
Yep.
And so he gets free, but then there's a couple of the other guys, the wild men, and then of course her betrothed is back, just as she was about to kiss Isildur.
Yeah.
He just can't catch a break, can he?
Nope. This is my last note. I said Isildur down bad already with this chick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially when he's like after. He comes over there, and they kiss. Like, Isildur gets up and starts walking away, and all I could think of was Arrested Development with the head down and the Charlie Brown music playing.
Yeah, and I feel like wasn't it in season 1 there was kind of like he had a thing with somebody.
Yeah, this happened to him before. Yeah.
So.
Yep. No, he's still
strike 2. Isildur.
Yeah. It's all right. He does something very important in the start of the movie, so we know he does something big.
Well, it's so funny because like there's the characters like Galadriel and Elrond,
right,
and Isildur that you're like, hey, these people have something to do much later, and are around much later, like so. They're not going to die here in this scene, like.
Yeah.
So, but
we have some plot armor on.
Yeah,
some of these for sure.
It's just the way they have to do. I mean, it's just the nature of it, but.
But it doesn't really.
It still
take
makes
away from it.
No, I mean, I was going to say like Galadriel's fight scene still is intense, or the thing with the what were they called? The ghosts like things.
Oh, Barrow-wights.
Like, that scene. It was still intense when.
Oh yeah.
She was grabbed and they were like, looked like she was going to take it. It's cool that they like. I know we didn't talk about it, but like he had to pull out the sword that they were killed with. It was what would take them down.
Yeah, that's how they.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't hurt them any other way, right?
Yeah,
or with their own weapons. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was cool.
Yep.
But all right, well, that was it was a fun episode. The what do you think is going to happen to Galadriel?
I mean, well, Sauron isn't there, so it's like so it's just Adar.
Mm-hmm.
But where, like, what is his purpose for taking her other than the ring?
No. Well, so Adar wants.
I mean, I know they had an encounter in first season that was really good.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah. He. I mean, he wants to. I guess rule the. I think he just wants to rule the orcs and like kind of do their own thing.
Okay.
I don't think he wants to. I mean, say he's a bad guy or whatever. Like wants to rule all of Middle Earth, but like I think it's more like no, we just want to do our thing.
I think with him, I mean, not the orcs, but with Adar though. Another reason why I really like him is he is a little bit more in the gray.
Mm-hmm.
Like him particularly, you can kind of see him struggle a little bit with that. So he's just like he's not pure evil. So there's more depth to him, which I like.
He wants to stay in charge, and of course, sort of, if Sauron like shows up, then he's gonna be dead probably.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, like I said, there's could be a potential little truce between Galadriel and him, just to go after Sauron.
I just hope that like this whole middle section of season 2, or I guess maybe we could call it Act 2. I just hope it's not like kind of stays at this like dip, just because like you said, like I think we started pretty strong with the first 2 episodes. Then 3 and 4 is a little bit down, so I'm hoping.
Yeah, it's just chess pieces moving around the board.
Yeah.
Is what season episode 2 and 3 were. Yeah, I mean 3 and 4.
Yeah,
yeah, but
there's only
8, I think.
8, yeah. Dang,
so halfway through.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yep.
Right. Well, any other thoughts on that? Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
No. I mean, the only thing I would say is I just enjoy being in Middle Earth.
Me too. I mean, I either way, I'm glad that this show exists and like we actually have a live action show in Middle Earth.
Speaking of, they're working on the Gollum
Hunt for Gollum or whatever it's called, the movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw. Well, obviously, what's his name is going to still play Gollum.
Yes, because he's also
Andy Serkis.
And he's directing.
That's right. He's directing. But I saw a article that said something about Ian McKellen, or at least they talked to him. I don't know if he accepted.
Yeah, what I heard was they had talked to him, and he said, "Well, once I see the script, I'll decide if I'm going to do it or not."
Smart.
So we'll see. But it's supposed to be like Aragorn and Gandalf looking for Gollum, like trying to find the ring, like pre Hobbit. Did
they talk to Viggo Mortensen for Aragorn?
I don't know.
Cause like, man, I mean, especially if he's the main character in this movie, if you get someone else, that's gonna be rough.
Tough, but he's also a lot older than he was before. So,
I know, and this is.
I mean, Ian McKellen, like he has too, but like he looked older in the first place.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Viggo. Yeah, he definitely looks older now. And when does this take place?
I guess it'd be before The Hobbit.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right? So you would have to have it
because the ring. I mean, like if they were going after Gollum to try to find the ring, I would think it would be before that. But I don't know.
Although we know because of Book of Boba Fett, the de-aging can look really good now. So they could still get him and do that sort of thing, maybe.
Yeah, true. They could, especially.
And that was like 2 years ago.
A movie budget instead of a TV budget,
but remember how insane that jump up was from seeing Luke in The Mandalorian, and then when you see him in Book of Boba Fett, just like, oh, this looks
a lot better,
so much better. Yeah, because it was pretty rough in Mandalorian. It was pretty rough. His face in that. I mean, like one of the sickest scenes ever when he's fighting, but like when you see his face, wasn't great.
Well,
anyway, sorry if I spoiled Star Wars. Everyone, if you haven't seen that by now, come on.
Yeah, I know. Well, next week we'll talk about episode 5.
Episode 5, yep.
Anything else coming out that you're looking forward to being able to talk about?
There's
a couple things. I know.
There definitely is, because I just saw. Oh, by the way, because I have this down. I was going to mention it up top, but rest in peace to James Earl Jones.
Oh, right.
That happened on Monday, I want to say.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Monday. I mean, he was 93 though, so he had a good life. But yeah. Speaking of Star Wars, that's a huge one.
Yeah.
And Mufasa.
Yep.
Can't forget Mufasa from Lion King. Also great.
But I know he for however you feel about it, he did sign the rights to let him use his voice, so we might hear. I mean, I don't know if it's specific just for Star Wars or just for other things. So,
well, I want to say the very few lines he had in was it in Obi-Wan? When it wasn't Anakin. I want to say
they already were using.
It was already like he didn't do any
version of it,
and it sounds like like it.
But yeah, well, if you custom train something nowadays, like they can.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. But yeah.
Okay.
I want to mention that there is a show. There definitely is something. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean.
With the Lego Star Wars thing you were mentioning, that's very soon, right?
Yeah, that's from Friday. Nice. The 13th is Rebuild the Galaxy.
Yeah. So I didn't even know about it until you told me about it, so I'm definitely gonna.
Yeah, and then Bad Sisters season 2 starts also on Friday.
Oh, okay.
And I've got How to Die Alone, which I don't remember what that was, but I wrote it down. So I'm going to check it out.
Agatha All Along is next week
Yes.
as well. That's the other big
Next
one.
week, yeah, Agatha All Along and The Penguin.
Yeah, but are those... Oh, I don't remember which night. That's not going to be out before we record again? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay. So we'll talk about that probably in 2 weeks then.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. Well, it's another... it's a shorter episode probably. I don't know, than they have been. But another great episode of Screen Time TV / streaming shows.
Yes.
I think it's funny that I always call it TV, even though it's kind of not TV anymore. But
I know
But yeah,
it's all content.
Yes,
that's what
episodic content.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So if you have thoughts, feelings, we don't care. No. Share them with us.
Yeah.
If you so choose, you can leave a comment.
Thoughts and concerns.
Yeah, leave a comment, subscribe, do the things.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram, email us, whatever. The email is feedback@screentimepod.com, and my Instagram is @jyoungbar.
And I'm at Jared Youngbar.
All right, we will talk to you guys next time.